This is the iPhone SE, this is Linus, and this is my first iPhone video ever. Apple made a budget iPhone that starts at just $400 in the US, and if you like the iOS ecosystem or if you're willing to switch from Android, this is a pretty good deal despite outdated design and massive bezels. If you live in Europe, however, you'll need to shell out more thanks to our amazing tax system. I paid 529 euros for a 128GB model, which is a lot more than you would pay in the US, but this video is not about different tax systems. There is a lot to love about this phone, there are some caveats to consider, but most importantly, the iPhone SE is good for the competition. I'll explain that later in this video, so let's begin. Design-wise, this is an iPhone 8 or even an iPhone 7 just with a glass backplate. That means that you're going to love it if you are an old-school tech guy or you simply want a familiar design that you've seen before. You're going to hate the looks of the device if you follow the latest trends where even $150 phones have slim bezels and much higher screen-to-body ratio. I know that there will be completely different opinions in the comment section down below, so go there and express your thoughts. Also, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell while you're there if you like my content. What I think about the design, it's outdated and it may look boring, but the phone is very compact and it's super comfortable to use with one hand. As you may expect from Apple, the build quality is top-notch. Here's how the iPhone SE looks next to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The difference in size is quite obvious. The old generation 4-inch iPhone SE or the iPhone 5S are still compact phone champions. The 4.7-inch display is not the most pixel dense out there, but it's really nice overall. You simply don't need that many pixels for the screen this small. The phone is IP67 certified for water and dust resistance, which is still a very rare feature in this price segment. During these pandemic times, a super fast and accurate Touch ID makes a lot of sense, but honestly, I miss Face Unlock feature while I'm at home and not wearing a mask. A mute switch is something that only OnePlus borrowed from Apple in the Android world. Well, Leico did that 2 years ago, but the company does not make phones anymore. Dual stereo speakers are really good and they may be one of the best on any smartphone, including the flagships. Here is a quick audio sample. Just like the rest of the iPhones, the device uses a Lightning port. I think it's time for Apple to switch to the USB Type-C. What is frustrating about the SE, there is still no physical dual SIM card slot. The device does support eSIM functionality though. One of the key selling points of the iPhone SE, it uses Apple A13 Bionic, the same yet slightly underclocked version of the chipset used in the flagship iPhone 11 Pro. The result of it, excellent all-around performance. The SE definitely feels like one of the smoothest phones around and gaming performance is top-notch, even though playing games on a tiny screen may not be that fun if you switch from a phone with a massive display. All of the 3D titles just fly on this phone even if you play them on the very highest graphics settings. I'm not going to go into the iOS versus Android debate in this video. I'm still an Android guy, but iOS is good enough for most users, even though it may look boring for Android lovers who like customizing their phones in a variety of different ways. Since we have an old-school home button, there is no gesture-based navigation system like on the iPhone 11 Pro or Android phones, which is something that I really miss. In the world of multiple camera phones, the iPhone SE uses just one sensor, but it does have optical image stabilization. If you don't need advantages of the wide-angle lens or multiple times of zoom, you're going to love a single camera of the iPhone SE. Daylight shots come out really nice and sharp, there is plenty of detail, colors are accurate, and dynamic range adjustment is usually very good thanks to Smart HDR+. Pictures look really nice even if you compare them side by side to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and obviously images look much better than the ones taken with the previous generation iPhone SE's camera. The portraits look really nice with good object separation, especially considering that there is only one camera sensor, meaning that software has to do all the work. There is no dedicated night mode on this phone, but the low light picture quality is still very good. We all know that even some $150 devices have a night mode, but Apple wants to keep this feature for the flagship lineup. The selfie camera takes really nice photos in both auto and portrait modes. If you take night selfies in better lit areas, the quality is really good too. The iPhone SE is a hands down the best $400 smartphone for video. The camera can shoot a really good quality 4K 60fps video which has a ton of detail, there are no skipped frames, and the footage is stable and smooth thanks to the built-in optical image stabilization. A 1080p selfie video is one of the best in this price range too, and the sound recording quality is quite impressive. Weather when we have a lot of clouds but can barely open your eyes, so that's why I might look a little bit funny, and also I have a quarantine style haircut. The battery life on the iPhone SE really depends on how you use the device. You'll get over 10 hours of screen on time if you use the phone just for video, but as soon as you start using it for other stuff, the battery drains much faster. On average, I could get about 5 or 6 hours of screen on time when I use the phone mostly for social media, web browsing, and taking pictures. That means that you'll be using your wireless charger on the iPhone SE pretty much every day. The phone supports 18 watts fast charging, but as usual to Apple, it does not ship with a fast charger. In the retail box, you can find just a 1 amp charger, which is quite pathetic to see in 2020. If you are buying the iPhone SE, you want the basics to work fine, and this phone delivers. It offers excellent call quality, good signal reception, NFC, and very reliable and accurate GPS. So here's my take on the iPhone SE 2020 edition. It's a phone for those who like the old iPhone design and they don't care about enormous bezels but want a simple looking and very compact device that can be easily managed in one hand. It's also the phone for those who are okay with just a single camera system, a small display, a proprietary lighting port, and just a single physical SIM card slot. One of the main reasons why people are going to buy this phone is Apple's ecosystem, which they have been attached to for years. For the newcomers or switchers from Android, the iOS may look a little bit dull yet functional, practical, and super smooth. The iPhone SE is one of the fastest phones you can buy. If you are okay with Apple's decision to use an outdated iPhone 8 design and some shortcomings I just mentioned, the iPhone SE is a really good smartphone. It offers a great display, an excellent camera with the best 4K video quality in this price segment, flagship-grade overall performance, water and dust resistance, wireless charging, excellent stereo loudspeakers, and pretty good yet not the best battery life. I'm not going to say that you need to go and buy this phone right now because you may not like the design of it, but I think it's one of the best deals in tech at the moment. Not only it gets all the basics right, but most importantly, it motivates other manufacturers to produce $400 smartphones with excellent hardware, especially in the world of $1,000 devices. So the question is, do I recommend the iPhone SE? Yes, it's a great phone despite its caveats, but I also can't wait to see $400 responses from other major brands, so we all win as consumers by getting more for less money. Please go to the comments section and tell me what you think about the iPhone SE. Lovers and haters, you're all welcome. Thanks for watching my video, it was Linus, stay tuned to the Tech Line and see you soon.